Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Healthy Happy Hour. Today is German Day. Yay! It's going to be good. I know everybody's heard of Wiener Schnitzel, which is, Debbie, isn't that veal?
I think so.
That's veal, yeah. The Wiener is veal.
Jaeger Schnitzel is pork.
Jaeger Schnitzel is pork. Yeah, it's not like hot dogs. It's not Wiener Schnitzel.
Depends on the meat.
Today we're doing Hahnchen Schnitzel, which is chicken.
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel. What did I say?
Schnizzle.
Schnitzel. Yeah, Hahnchen Schnitzel.
It's a mouthful.
Debbie knows the German stuff. Debbie's been to Germany. She was there at the Munich during the '72 Olympics, of all things. So Debbie's a big German. Matter of fact, we've got a German restaurant that we go to in Greenville, South Carolina, on occasion, and it's just a
Schnitzels are great.
Yeah,
Schnitzel's great.
Yeah, Schnitzel's good. You're going to love this. Basically, what Schnitzel means, it means pan fried. So we're going to be frying this, but we're going to do it healthy-wise. So I'm going to take an onion. And I'm going to dice the onion. Let me go ahead and put my butter in. So I'll get a little butter going. I'll use a Dutch oven for this. Now I've started my cabbage. You use red cabbage for this. The recipe says that the cabbage needs to cook for 45 minutes to an hour. We're not going to be here that long. So what I've done, I've put it in the microwave to start wilting the cabbage. So we're going to put the cabbage in just a few minutes. But right now we're going to get this onion diced up. And again, I love this little dice thing. It's called Progressive. And I bought it at
TJ Maxx or something.
TJ Maxx, yeah. Or
Ross.
Maybe even Walmart. I don't know. Walmart's got them. Just a great tool. And it dices stuff up so well. When you were in Germany, did you go to the countryside any, or were you in the city the whole time?
We were in the countryside as well.
Well, how does it differ from where we are? What does it look like?
It's just very different looking. It looks like Clayton.
Oh, really? You mean Helen?
Helen.
What's the difference in Alpine? You know, you can get Wiener Schnitzel and Jaeger Schnitzel and all those things in Helen, but they serve it as an Alpine dish, not a German dish. What's the difference?
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, we're going to do the Jaeger Schnitzel.
I just know it's delicious.
Hahnchen Schnitzel.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let that in the microwave. I've got the red cabbage trying to wilt down a little bit, and I'm just going to brown this onion and saute it just a little bit, a couple of minutes.
Are you sure you got your heat up high enough? It doesn't look like it's melting very quickly.
Well, it was pretty cold. It was right out of the fridge. I didn't let it get to room temperature. It is melting. And
Vinny's watching.
Hey, Vinny. I hope y'all are doing well. Man, they had to go back to the hospital yesterday with Anna.
No.
So I hope everything's okay. I'm going to move this over to the high heat. Let's get some high heat going here.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want it burned, though. I have to watch really quickly over my big burner. But that will help.
What makes that burner different from the others?
It's bigger. It's got more. It's
more
got
flame.
More. See, it's got inside and outside, and it's bigger.
Oh,
it's got a lot more. What do you call those? Orifices. Orifices.
Oh no.
Orifices for gas to come out, so therefore more heat. So that is the big dog burner.
Roger Murray's watching.
Hey, Roger. I hope you're getting along well.
David Cash.
David, I always enjoy all these guys watching. Y'all always show up. Now, here's something. I was at Quality Foods yesterday. By the way, they're the sponsor of this program. Go to Quality Foods on Big A Road in Toccoa for all of your great foods. And I was telling the produce manager that I needed a substitute for apples. I said, apples have too much carbs and too much sugar for what I'm doing. And I was going to suggest using not a rutabaga, but I was going to use it's spelled J-I-M-A-C-A, Jamaica. And I was asking him how to pronounce it. I still don't know that I got it right. And he said, have you thought about a Chianti squash?
Whoever heard of that?
I have never heard of a Chianti squash. This is a squash. Doesn't it look like a pear or an apple? So we're going to be using it for the first time. You use peeling and all. And what we're going to do is cut it down the middle and find out what kind of core it's got in it. It's got a core.
Oh, look.
So we're going to take that core out, and I'm going to do it just like this. I'm just going to cut the core out like that.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just not as sweet as an apple, so therefore we're adding some brown sugar, and it's not real brown sugar. We're using the Swerve brown sugar, which is a brown sugar substitute. I didn't get all that out. so we're going to put that away, and I might as well just cut this out with my paring knife.
Yeah.
Make sure these are all gone. Get a little more of that skin off of there. I don't know how that skin tastes.
Cut a little bit off. I want to taste a smidgen of it without anything.
Yeah, you can eat it raw like an apple. So take a chunk of it and see what you think about it. I'm going to do the same thing. It's texture like an apple.
Yeah. Not sweet like an apple, so it's going to need the sugar.
Yeah, it's going to need the sugar.
It's interesting. Cool? Yeah.
All right. So, let me get my...
It does kind of have an apple-y flavor, slightly.
Yeah.
And the texture, you're right, is there. Oh, look at this cabbage.
I told you about the red cabbage. I've wilted it down a little bit. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this.
Why don't you use two?
So it doesn't, because I got to have a hand to be able to do this, so I can't use really two. Okay, so we're going to put that in. And hope I get most of that out of there. From what I can see, I think I've done a fairly good job. That's good enough. All right, so we're going to let that go and do its thing.
Now, do you put a lid on that?
We will.
Okay.
We got other stuff we got to put in it. First of all, I want it to.
Now, what is this thing again?
This is it is spelled Chayone. Chayone. Debbie said it's like coyote, but it's Chayone. Chayone squash. And who knew they would have something like this at Quality Foods? And thank goodness, and I don't know the produce man's name. I've been introduced to him, but he's into very healthy stuff, and he always is very helpful to me to be able to come up with good ideas. So I appreciate
That's going to be good with chicken.
Yeah, I'm going to take this and kind of, I want it diced up fairly fine because I don't want big pieces in there. So I'm going to take just a moment here and dice this up.
You don't have your bench scrape out.
I don't have my bench scrape out, but I will use my, more important, hand.
Well, that's pretty with the purple, isn't it?
Yeah, and it looks good. And then there's going to be more things that turn it even redder.
So
like
this is a slaw, a German slaw?
No, it's a cooked meal. It's not a slaw.
Okay.
It is cooked cabbage, basically. But it has red wine vinegar. It has the brown sugar. It has nutmeg. It has cloves. Just a little bit of cloves. It has a lot of different things in it that are going to give this tons of flavor.
You put the whole thing in it?
Huh? Yeah.
You're going to put the whole piece of fruit?
Yeah, it calls for 3 apples, and I'm assuming this is about 3 apples worth.
So is this considered a fruit or a vegetable?
This is a vegetable. It's just like a squash. I've never seen a squash that looked like this. I was blown away when he went over to the produce counter and got it. And I'm sure they don't sell a whole lot of those at Quality Foods. So, I mean, I don't know who uses them.
Just ask him about the thing that looks like a pear.
Yeah, go in and say, I saw this thing on this show about a
pear.
A squash that looks like an apple or a pear. And he'll be happy to tell you about it. But it has great texture, just like an apple, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And it's not a bad taste like it is.
No, it's not.
It's just
it's
not
kind of plain.
Sweet. It's not like a Granny Smith, not a sweet apple.
Right, right.
So let me get the rest of this diced up.
And you said you put brown sugar with it, and what else?
Yeah, I'm putting brown sugar. I'll show you in a minute as I'm mixing everything in. There's a number of things we're going to put in this, and let it do its thing.
So you're putting peeling and all.
Yeah, you can use peeling and all. Now, if you were using apples, they say that using red apples actually gives this a better redder color. But the red cabbage is pretty red. Plus, we're using a red cooking wine also. Now, if you buy the Holland House cooking wines, they are the ones with no alcohol in them. They just have the taste. So, therefore, you're not getting the extra carbs that's in that. So, here is the red wine vinegar that's going in.
Okay. That's not very much.
Well, I'm sorry. That was the apple cider vinegar. Here's the red wine vinegar. Here is that brown sugar. Now, let me show you the brown sugar. Hold on, just stay where you're at, sweetheart. Okay. This is what I use right here. It's called Swerve. And it is a brown sugar 0-calorie sweetener. And you use it just like you would brown sugar. We're putting in nutmeg. We're putting in cloves. Yeah, Debbie's got an appointment.
I've got an appointment. You're going to have to put this
Y'all just
Take this.
Just chill and let her do her thing, and I'll continue to put things in here. There's salt going in, and here's 1 cup of water going in as well. And I think that's everything that goes in right now. So we're going to turn this up on high. We're going to put the lid on it, and we're going to let that simmer. So while that is going on, I think I've gotten all of my seasonings in. So I think we're good there. The only thing I have left to do is put some arrowroot, like cornstarch. It's arrowroot flour, but it has very, very low calories and low fat. So now in the meantime, pardon me a second while I come over here. We've got to get our chicken. We're going to start getting the chicken ready. And of course, this was available at Quality Foods. There you see the Quality Foods emblem on there. Can you believe this chicken was $1.29 a pound? And it's boneless and skinless. They've already done all the work. Pretty amazing that they've done all that. And I've got to have some saran wrap. So as I said, Debbie's doing something. So pardon me while I put this on a swivel here for just a second. See if I can do this so you can see me. Nope, got it turned around backwards. Hang on, everybody. Here we go. Nope, it's going to make me rotate the phone. That is not going to work. Okay, we're going to have to keep it like this. I'll just do the best I can holding it till she gets back. So I'm going to take a little bit of saran wrap. And I know this looks funny to y'all, but I'm having to use my hands as best I possibly can. Going to be pounding these breasts very thin. So we are going to take a chicken breast and put it on here. And then, let me wash my hands right quick. And then we're going to take another piece of saran wrap and go on top of that. So again, I'm going to hold this under my arm and grab another piece of saran wrap and put it on here. All right, here we go. Now we're just going to pound this chicken out to about 1/4 of an inch thick. I mean, it's got to come way down from what it is because it's a big old thick breast. And I'm going to actually half these so that we're only dealing with half of a chicken breast at a time. So I'll do this same process to the other chicken breast. And I found this pounder works a lot better than the mallets do. The mallets tend to tear up the meat too much. So the pounder works well. So I'm going to call that 3/8 of an inch and say we're good. So I'm going to move that aside. I'm going to take the piece out from under the bottom, which I will reuse again in a minute. Hopefully I can reuse that. And I am going to split this with my knife. So we'll split that. Now in the meantime, I have egg beaters. Just plain old, good old egg beaters. So we're going to pour the egg beaters in our, I'm using a pie plate. So about 1/2 cup of egg beaters goes in there. And in this other dish that we're going to dredge it in, there's 3 tablespoons of almond flour, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. So that's going in. In the meantime, I'm going to get some olive oil in my big skillet, because it's going to take the big skillet for all of this. And I'm going to mix this up just a hair right here. So we're going to mix all that together. That's the salt, the Italian seasoning, and the almond flour. We want to get any of those chunks of almond flour. And, you know, almond flour is nothing but just crunched up almonds. So it's really healthy and good for you. Thank you, sweetie. This gives me an opportunity to get back
Sorry, guys.
and take care of my
Chicken.
So I'm going to set that one on top for just a moment. All right, I'm going to take this back over here, put these pieces of... Yeah, you'll see this better now that I'm not trying to hold it and do it all at the same time myself.
I'm going to flatten out.
Size of
I know
that
it.
breast. Man, those are
You're not supposed to say that on the air.
Those are fantastic breasts there, sweetie. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to flatten this out. I can do this much better when I'm not holding the
Yeah,
phone.
I think everybody got the gist.
And I put that we've got granite countertops, and I'm always scared I'm going to break a countertop, so I put my regular cutting board and a plastic cutting board. And yeah, I don't think I would ever crack a granite countertop, but man,
Let's
if
not
I did,
not play with that.
I would never hear the end of it from the person holding the camera.
That's right.
Sure.
Charles would be DOA.
So let's get back over here. I'm gonna dredge this side and this side. Again, we're just using traditional egg beaters.
Egg beaters.
And we're going to dredge this in the
Have you already
almond flour.
You've explained about that?
Yeah, almond flour, salt, and Italian seasoning. And I use the recipe. I hope there's enough here to do these 4 pieces. I don't know that there's going to be. All right, so that's going in. Now we'll take numero 2. I don't have enough almond flour and various things here to do it, I don't think.
Let's just do 2.
Yeah, let's just do 2. And because this is enough for 1 serving. Each of these breasts is 1
Gosh, the
serving.
breasts are so big. That's enough for two
No,
people.
that's actually, you get the whole thing.
Really?
You get the whole enchilada, as they say.
Okay.
I'm going to wash my hands. And I will save the other for tomorrow night. I think we'll have enough cabbage left over for tomorrow night. So we're going to let this go. Is that on? Yeah, that's on. So that's doing its thing. Let me
How's
check
the
on the
cabbage
cabbage
doing?
and see what it's doing. I need to stir this. I haven't had a chance yet to stir this and mix it all in. And now they say that there's variations to this. You can add cinnamon, which I bet would be really good in it.
I bet it would.
But you can add some cinnamon to it. This is supposed to cook for 45 minutes to an hour. It takes about 15 minutes for this to work, so we'll probably be here another 15 minutes and we'll see how far this cooks down. Did you get some exciting news on your phone call?
Yes, I had to fight for it, but I think I got it.
Good. Alrighty, well these are doing their thing, and this is what schnitzel is. It's basically just frying
Very thin
meat. Yeah, you pound the meat down thin, whether it's veal as in Wiener Schnitzel or
Jaeger.
or pork as in Jaeger Schnitzel. Here this is Hahnchen Schnitzel. Hahnchen is apparently the word for chicken.
Chicken,
in German.
yeah.
So, when you were in Germany, did you learn any German? I know you learned.
Ich liebe dich.
What's the Schlieben-Dish?
I love you.
Oh, okay. When we were in China, no, Thailand, that's where it was. I asked one of the girls in Thailand, I said, I want to know how to say it. You are so sexy. And everybody wondered why. I said, because I want to say it to my wife. But I've forgotten.
Well, that's great.
That was a long time ago.
I feel real good now.
Well, you were so sexy a long time ago when we were in Thailand. Put it that way.
You're getting worse. This is getting worse.
Now on this also, if you start to run out of liquid, make sure there's plenty of liquid in the bottom. If you start to run out of liquid, put more liquid in it. But I think it's doing well.
Yeah.
This really boils down to where it's a very, very limp dish for Debbie and I to eat it tonight. Once our chicken is done, it may be just a little bit crunchy, but that's okay. But as you know, it's supposed to sit there and simmer for about an hour. Now this is, I would prefer to have this on the high heat. But I've got that on the high heat because these need to brown.
I think you could switch it now because it's rolling pretty well.
It needs to roll.
You need 2 of those burners.
Ow. Yeah, I know. But we don't have that. So you just want it to brown good. It doesn't take long for something that thin to cook through.
What about the fact that it's
5 minutes
chicken?
each side.
Is that enough?
What do you mean?
That it's chicken. You have to,
5 minutes each side. Yeah, and another thing about chicken, you always want your dark meat to be at 165 degrees internal temperature. Well, you can cook it to 160, and it'll rise another 5 degrees after it's sitting and resting. So that's not a problem. Now at the very end here, I mentioned this a few moments ago. I've got some cold water. This is cold water out of the refrigerator. I'm going to mix in the 2 tablespoons of arrowroot. And I'm going to show you this. It's arrowroot flour. And it's very low in calories. It is it's quite expensive. It's like $11 for this bag.
But it lasts a
But
long
it
time.
lasts a long time. It is an arrowroot starch flour, but it has like 0 carbs. I mean, very, very little carbs. It says...
And every little bit helps in your dieting.
2% carbs, which is unlike any flour or anything else. And...
made by Red Mill.
You'll see Bob's Red Mill. You'll see those little kiosks in almost every supermarket. Certainly Quality Foods, you see it. Bob's Red Mill. And they've got the arrowroot. They've got xanthan gum, which I also use for quite a few things as far as thickening is concerned.
And all of that helps when you're trying to reduce your calorie intake and
let me tell you,
carb intake.
Also, oh boy, it's starting to stick.
Get your spatula.
Like that.
There you go.
There's also things that you can do. For instance, you can take peas and you can take an immersion blender. I call it a motorboat, an immersion blender. You can blend those up. You can take avocado and thicken with avocado. It's amazing the things that you can use for thickening that either have protein or are a healthy fat like avocado or have no calories or no carbs. So you don't always have to use flour and cornstarch and those things that are high in what we call unhealthy carbs. So let's check in on our...
Cabbage is looking good.
Yep, that's looking really good. That is, and again, that's called blaukraut. There's several, another name for this, which I chose not to use, is called rotkraut. I didn't like that.
No.
So blaukraut and rotkraut are basically the same dish, so I chose to go with blaukraut. And by the way, nowadays, you can't just like this and I'll send you the recipe because Facebook has changed their parameters. So I can't see who is liking. Even though I can see the number, there's nowhere that tells me who likes it anymore. So you have to comment, send the recipe, and I'll send it to you. That's the only way that I know anymore is if you send me a comment. I have no idea who's watching unless Debbie just happens to see you live. By the way, just a heads up, tomorrow night's Champ Racing Show, I've got Barry Wright, the Barry Wright that builds all the race cars over all these years. First time I've ever had him on the show. Barry Wright's going to be with me tomorrow night. I'm excited about that. That's going to be a fun time. So tune in, Champ Racing Show tomorrow night, right here on Facebook Live or 99.3 FM if you're in the Atlanta
listing area. Yeah.
Gosh, we go into 5 states. So if you're anywhere pretty much in our area, you're going to pick it up on radio. But it's much better behind the scenes. You get to see all the stuff on Facebook. You get some music and stuff on radio. You don't get to hear all the talk. So anyway, that's what's coming up tomorrow night. So I think this needs to go another 3 or 4 minutes. And we're going to get ready to plate. And since we're doing a German dish tonight, sweetheart, I decided we would use red plates. I know Russia's sort of red, but so is Germany as far as I'm concerned. So we'll use red plates to plate this tonight. Does that work for you?
That works for me.
Okay, I'm just looking around to make sure all of our little dishes are empty, so that means all the ingredients have been used, except for the little gravy that we're going to make. And all that does is thicken this. All we're doing is thickening it. So
okay.
I'm going to let this go a couple of more minutes to make sure that chicken is cooked all the way through. And then we can go ahead and actually start thickening now.
Yeah.
Anytime you're thickening, you want to make sure that your whatever you're doing is at a boil. And that looks like it's boiling pretty well. So we don't want this to create any kind of a clog or a clod or a clot, or whatever you would call it.
Lumpy.
A lump, yeah. So what we're going to do is put this in our cold water. Again, you want this in cold water. And boy, this stuff is so light, it just goes everywhere. I'd hate to sneeze in it.
Arrowroot.
Arrowroot, yeah, arrowroot flour. Or it's called flour/starch. But arrowroot is the one you're looking for. Now we have to slowly pour this in. As a matter of fact, I need to be able to have this over high heat again because I want to make sure it doesn't cool it off too much. So I'm going to move this fan back over here and turn this burner back on. And I'm going to somehow see if I can maneuver this
without burning yourself
over here without the grates separating. Okay, so I'm going to put that over there. All right, so we got our temperature heading back up. So we're just going to slowly mix this in and let it incorporate really well.
Doesn't look lumpy at all.
No, it won't be as long as I pour it in and mix it slowly as we go. If I put it all at once, and you know what? I've got to pull this back this way some because that heat coming up there is burning the fool out of my hand. So this gives us the thickening agent.
That's looking good.
Yeah. And I may not need all of this.
You're dripping all over your
So that's okay. I can
dial.
clean it up later.
Chicken looks like it's ready to come off.
Yep, I think we're just about ready to serve. Okay, so let me turn the heat off here and turn the heat off here. And I want to try just a bit of this if I can get it cool enough. See if it needs any more salt. Just a hair more salt. Oh, that's so good. Oh, man, that's good. Oh, gosh, that's great. We're going to enjoy this for
What about the gravy?
That is the gravy. The gravy goes in the...
Oh, okay. It doesn't go on the chicken.
No, it doesn't go on the chicken. No. Let me turn it over. That side looks better. That's the presentation side right there. I bet that side's going to be the same.
Yeah,
oh,
it looks
so good.
wonderful.
And look at that. It looks like apples. It
I know.
just looks like apples. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to get me 3.
Now name that fruit again.
All right, it's called Cayenne, Chayon, squash. It's a squash. Looks like a pear, tastes like an apple. It's a squash. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. German night with, I've got to look at my name here, Hahnchen Schnitzel with German blaukraut. That's it. German night here on the Healthy Happy Hour. Remember to put in the comments recipe or something in the comments, and I will send you the recipe for this. You'll enjoy it. I promise it. Thanks, everybody. By the way, we're going to take our Thanksgiving break here. Next week, we're going to go to the Ark and the Creation Museum up in Kentucky. We're excited about doing that and learning a little bit about our Christian heritage. And then, of course, Christmas and New Year's Eve will be on both of the other Wednesday nights. So it'll be about 3 weeks till we'll be back with you. Have a great holiday season.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year, everybody. Bye-bye.